This is Radio TV Phono Nut, and this is going to be more of a show and tell video than a repair. What we have here is a 1948 Magnavox Playfellow 78 RPM record player in a green cabinet. Looks to have probably, I'd guess, about an 8-inch speaker in it. Controls for off-on volume and tone control. And the tubes are conveniently located for easy viewing and replacement. It uses a 35Z5 and a 50L6. Now, what's amazing about this thing is it looks to have mostly all original parts in it and still plays to some degree of as it should, which I'll demonstrate here in a minute. Even the idler wheel sounds to be in pretty good shape. No thump, 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 thump like so many of these seem to have. Now, the only thing I really see that's been done is it looks like this cartridge has been replaced, and this looks like a hacked-in cartridge. But at any rate, I think it's weak, and I'll just replace it with one of those green fan steel 911 S3 cartridges for 78 use. Now let's pop the motor board off and have a look at the chassis. I don't want you to think I'm pulling your leg here. And here's the underside of the amplifier. As far as I can tell, it's all factory. I don't see any evidence of any repair work being done to this. We have two mica mold or mica bomb capacitors that are notorious for leaking and shorting, so you know, before we put this into everyday service, it will need a restoration, but I think this is saying something to have one that's 70 plus years old and still working on mostly original components. Here's the cartridge, and I'm only getting something like, at best, about 0.08 volts out of it, so it's very weak. So I think with a stout cartridge in it and an amp overhaul, this thing would really go to town. Now, oddly enough, this doesn't have standard half-inch screw holes. It has studs spaced about a half-inch apart, and that little clip holds it in place. So when we put our 89T holder in it, I'm probably just going to have to JB weld the holder in place or epoxy it or do something, and that holder should be something that you never have to replace unless you are just totally careless with the thing. And we can look at our drive mechanism and see some dirt there, which tells us that no one has serviced this recently, but our rubber drive wheel is in good condition. And those mounting grommets are starting to deteriorate some, but I've seen a lot worse. I'm pretty sure this thing was well kept over the years. This is not something that's been kept in the attic or the barn for the past 60 years. That cartridge is definitely a replacement, I feel like. But other than that, it's all original, and one day we'll go through it and overhaul it properly. But do you think a Crosley Cruiser will be doing this in 70 years? I seriously doubt it.